Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to be back in 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you had a great vacation, great Christmas, and that you had great resolution for this beginning of this new year. So I'm going to talk about, for this first video, about my trip to China. For those who knows, I was living in China, in Hong Kong, back in 2019, just before Hong Kong was officially annexed to China. And now I went back to mainland. I mean, I discovered for the first time mainland China. So we did Guangzhou, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. So I'm going to give you my feedback from to China. And I hope you will like it, right? So first thing, so it's very different what you can see from the social media on TikTok and the experience first of the country. So I'm publishing this video on the age of Aquarius and on my channel, The Future Architect, how to deal with the age of Aquarius. And the first thing I want to say is like, the way people talk about China is like, oh my God, China is this new superpower. They're very fast. They're the first one leading AI and all the change. And when you arrive in the country, you understand that the society is very much based on relationship. It's very slow. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a feeling that I had. It's like people or everything you build around relationship. When you do business, it's around a meal. You're going to share your life and then you're going to talk business. When you meet somebody, yes, they try to help you right away, or if you need something. So this society is very much based on relationship and harmony, and it's slower than what I was expected. Even me sometimes, and I'm going to publish some video of me like when I'm just taking my Didi, for example. I'm like, sometimes I just see myself like, why is this so slow? I'm waiting the Didi for 10 minutes. And it's true that the size of the town is also playing a role of the city, because in Guangzhou, it's true that it's very far. Like everything is so far, you have to take a Didi to go there and there. And in Shanghai, I basically take Didi also. I didn't take much the underground. I took the MTR in Hong Kong, but in Shanghai I didn't take. So it's really far, like, and sometimes I was just like, why is so slow? Like I'm waiting, and then I'm riding Didi, and the way they drive, it's really slow also. And I've seen something also. I have the feeling that everything in their society that is based on harmony prevent them from having accident. I don't know how to explain it, but like I feel that in the West we're very much like, for example, if two cars are going to collide into each other, they will try the last minute to avoid it, and it will be a crash. But I have seen that in China, I mean, in the East, like people like, because you have a lot of like motorbikes, people going to work through motorbikes, or you have a car. And I've seen that people in China, for example, they will be that close and they'll not collude into each other. At the same time, everybody is going to take the right path. I don't know how to explain it. It's very difficult to explain, but it's just what I've seen from so far, and that's the first thing. Second thing is about, so what you've seen on TikTok is like, yeah, you don't have access. So basically you can have access to all the apps that you have in the West. Just the difference is like me, what I've seen is like, I didn't have TikTok for 2 weeks. Why? Because actually, when you get into the hotel, sometimes the hotel has the Wi-Fi, and sometimes you will be tempted to remove your VPN, and to get to the Wi-Fi is when the Great Wall of China will beat you alive and you will not have access. So it's what happened to me. I lose access to TikTok and never managed to recover it. Even if I had, and I think you should have this, I had first my mobile data from my normal subscription. So I had 35 gigabyte that I could use in China. Second, when I arrived, I had a physical SIM card. The physical SIM card, you can have it basically right when you arrive at the airport. You have the like huge like counters where you can buy a SIM card for like $20. So you buy the SIM card, and it's very important because you are going to need the SIM card to have AMAP. AMAP is like the Google map of China. you will need it to have a Didi. You will need so many things. Even if you want to do business in Guangzhou and Shanghai, you need a Chinese SIM card. For example, you find a supplier that you really like, you need a SIM card. Even if, yes, you have WeChat, but it's better to have a Chinese phone number. And the third one, I had a Holify. So I took basically unlimited digital data in order to have limited data. So I had 3 things and I managed to be out of TikTok. So I never managed to recover TikTok. And what is funny is that I discovered that Instagram is quite cool also. You have all the contact of TikTok on Instagram. So Instagram actually saved my life, which is not normally not an app that I use. So yes, it's what I said about my experience regarding like the commodities. So when you arrive basically in Guangzhou, like this climate is it's great. Like you have 25 degrees. Like at a moment I was just waking up like at 5 a.m. and I arrived and I was just seeing in Guangzhou, I was like, oh my God, like the weather is, there's palm trees. I mean, where we were next to the river, the Canton Tower. I was like, it's actually great to live here. What about Guangzhou? So Guangzhou basically is what I've seen is like many people that find their supplier and they put their business in Guangzhou, and basically the song that is on TikTok that everybody is talking about is like from actually the rich people in Guangzhou that have made their fortune. So Guangzhou, I will see, it's more like the factory of the word, and Shanghai is more like where people, for example, I met like two people that are just like designing their clothing brand. So basically they designed their clothing brand in Guangzhou, where you know it's all the textile industry. You have basically, I will give you the address, but they have basically like a huge market where you can buy some quality. I will say it's very difficult to find. So I find this, but it's very difficult to find, and you really need to ask, because they'll try to trick you to find like huge, like good material. You can find like 100% wool, you can find 100% cotton, cashmere, like all this very, very nice piece. You can find it in Guangzhou, but you need like 3 days to go through everything. So basically we went to Guangzhou. It was very, I mean, this market was very nice, and people then they're going to Shanghai. The Shanghai is like kind of the trim of the shop. It's like the window of the shop. It's like where people are showing what they have basically manufactured in Guangzhou. So yeah, me, for example, it's my favorite city, I will say, in China so far, what I've done. And yeah, you have different districts. If you want like luxury district, you can go to Tian'e. It's like very much like all the shops. You can find like also some Westerner brand like Shake Shack that was in Boston. We basically find it in Guangzhou. The taste is definitely the same. And it's really nice. You can go around and shop, and Guangzhou, really, I like it. I really love it. Like maybe the only thing, I think my choice of hotel was not the best one, I will say, but that's interesting for next time. I really like Guangzhou. I think it's one of the main it's one of the time that I really like. For Shanghai, so those who are from Paris, you will have Shanghai, but you will like Shanghai because Shanghai is definitely look like Paris. It's like kind of the same vibe. When I arrived there, it's like I was expecting like huge tower, like because in Guangzhou you have a high tower. It's like New York, you know. But when you arrive in Shanghai, everything is like South Korea. Everything is really middle, like you don't have high buildings. So first, that was my first impression. I was like, it looked like Paris, you know. You have Paris vibe, you have bar, and I think you can sense the presence of colonial power there, you know. So Shanghai is like, yeah, the price or double the prices that you can have in Guangzhou. So that's why like entrepreneurs usually they started in Guangzhou and then they go back to Shanghai, because Shanghai is like more for the huge wealth. It's like when you're from new money, you're going to Shanghai. So basically you will find all the entrepreneurs that have succeeded in Shanghai. So it's very like the economic capital for sure. And yeah, it's like Guangzhou is very far you can do, so you have many like district that could be interesting. You have you can go to Zhengyang Temple, it's really nice also. You can go, you have but you have all the sector of the Bound, which is next to the river. And actually in Feng Shui, the way that Shanghai is designed, it shows that this city was made to build wealth, you know, because I think there's something with the water and the bond, but it's really nice. So I did only one part of Shanghai, I did the other part, but you can have like, you can, for example, have like some cruise on the river, that's really nice. But yeah, Shanghai is kind of nice for people. It's not really my vibe, I will say. I definitely love Guangzhou, but like Shanghai was definitely less of my vibe. And I will make another video for Hong Kong, because I need to talk to people who basically were living in Hong Kong maybe at the same time as me before COVID, and now how it is, because there are many things to say. If you like this video, if you find it interesting in any way, you can put a thumbs up and subscribe.